Hi there, Phil Simborg, USBGF Teaching Pro, with a lesson today on the subject of the doubling cube. Take a look at this position. It is an unlimited game or money game, and red is on roll, and red holds a 2 cube. Should red redouble? And if red redoubles, should blue take or pass? Well, this position is one of many that makes me very, very thankful that I don't have to try and make a living playing against Extreme Gammon for money. Uh, I have the wonderful, wonderful advantage of playing human beings. And human beings make mistakes. Of course, part of the problem is I do too. But I'm able to capitalize on those mistakes because I really do understand, after playing backgammon for 56 years and playing in a chouette for 25 years, 3 or 4 days a week, I have some feel for the differences between playing a human being and playing a computer. And I'm pretty sure that this is not a redouble. But in a money game, over the board, against human beings, I'm doubling this every time, and I often will get drops. This is scary for red to take, particularly a 4 cube. A 2 cube I would also give to activate gammons, and I think I'd get some drops there. It's not a double. There's too many ways you can crash. It's way too easy for blue to take this cube. Let me just show you the answer. It's not a double by almost a blunder, but like I said, I'm doubling this game because if I can get a drop 13% of the time, it's worth it to me. And I have actually given the cube in this position. This position did come up, and everybody dropped. And I slammed the cube down like it was just no-brainer. I forget what the roll was before, but it was he had well, again, the sequence doesn't matter. We got to this position, I doubled, got everybody to drop. If they had taken, how sad would I be? I'm still a 60% favorite. I'm still going to win gammons 25% of the time. It's not a terrible position to be in. Of course, I would have better equity holding the cube to be able to double out later. I'm not defending that it's right to cube, except with human beings that might drop. And you get a drop here often. Let me just show you something. If you put this checker here, and you give red 6 pips more timing, it's barely a take. We've gone from no double to the tiniest take, 0.006. How many humans understand those 6 pips and how big a difference that makes in your giving you that much more timing to come out with the 6? So in these prime versus prime positions, I do remember what I call Stick's Law, and others have thought of it first, I'm sure, and that is that most prime versus prime positions are takes. You just don't get gammoned that much with compared to the number of times that you can win to be dropping most prime versus prime situations. But you give this a little bit more timing and it's not a take. Take a look at this, just one more pip. I'm sure if it was 0.006 take with the 6 away from here, it's 7 away, it's got to go to a drop. Just that one extra pip. Oh my gosh. It's still a take, I guess, because of the double fours. The double four gives you a really bad crashing number now. So we have to look at that too. So this is one of my favorite positions for playing against humans and the advantage of the cube. Now let's take a look at another one. Here's another position that came up not that long ago in a chouette. Red on roll. What's the cube action here? Again, this is not a double, but I'm doubling this. This is a really what they call a highly volatile position. If I come in and hit, I'm going to win a lot of games and a lot of gammons. And if I don't come in, he could easily win the game and I'll lose 2 points. So I think I'm trading not only 2 points for 2 points, but I'm going to win 4 points a lot, where he's going to just recube me out if things go well. I don't think I'm trading 4 for 4 that often, and I'm going to be very sorry if I don't hit. Here's the thing that's deceptive about this position as well. By the way, it's wrong to double here according to Extreme Gammon, but again, right to double against humans. But here's the thing that's deceptive about this position. Take a second and count how many times red hits coming off the bar. Okay, there's 11 threes. That's 11 times. Plus a 1, 2 is 13 times. Plus a 5, 3, we already counted because we counted the threes, so you really can't count that again. However, if you roll a 5, 3, you're hitting 2, and it's really nice. Plus the 5, 6. So you got like 15 times out of 36 that hit. If you hit, what's your equity in this game? It's going to be very, very high. You're going to be very, very sorry you didn't double, and most of the time you've lost your market, and you're going to collect your 1 point instead of collecting 4 points much of the time. So you really have to look at all the possibilities, and if I'm going to hit them 40% of the time, I'm going to really be happy 40% of the time. My opponents recognize this too, and depending on who you're playing, if you're playing for money, if you're playing single games, even in a match, if you know your opponents are more on the conservative side, here it's wrong to double, but if you can get a drop 5% of the time, it's well worth it. So keep in mind when you're playing humans to adjust your game that way, and keep in mind that, by the way, in real chouette play, you can always settle. And settlements make the game a lot really fun too. That's a whole other lesson that we'll get into in a whole other study we'll talk about another time. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.